दुनिया में T20 की लहर छा रखी है। आईपीएल भी आने वाला और इसी साल T20 वर्ल्ड कप भी होने वाला है और इसी के चलते ILT20 यूएई में ILT20 ने मचा रखी है धूम। बड़े सारे जाने माने सितारे वहां खेल रहे हैं। आईपीएल की 3 फ्रेंचाइजीज हैं जिन्होंने वहां पर टीम ले रखी है। जाने माने सितारे तो हैं ही वहां पर, पाकिस्तान से हैं, इंग्लैंड से हैं, न्यूजीलैंड से, हर जगह से हैं, इंडिया से भी हैं और कुछ नए, कुछ ऐसे नाम जिनको लोग पहचानते नहीं थे, उन्होंने भी अपनी इन बड़े सितारों के बीच अपनी छाप छोड़ी है। खैर, ILT20 की इस शुरुआती सक्सेस में एक ऐसी शख्सियत है जिन्होंने अपना भी योगदान दिया है और वो हैं ILT20 के CEO डेविड वाइट। Mr. White, thank you very much. It's the second season. Still, the tournament is at a nascent stage. How's been the response considering this is just the second season? What has been the improvements as far as this tournament, this season is concerned compared to what it was the last year?
Well, thank you very much. Hello to you and your listeners. I think our big focus leading into the tournament was to increase crowds and maximise attendance. I think everyone agrees that last year operationally it was a very good tournament, played in good conditions, good stadium, but probably the element lacking was the crowds. It's been a big focus for us this year, and I'm delighted to say that the crowds have been fantastic, a big step up from last year. And we're not only getting big crowds, but the crowds are very animated and very interactive with the players.
And Mr. White, considering there are so many leagues that have been mushrooming all over the world, what makes ILT20 different from others?
I think that for us, being based in the UAE, the Middle East, makes it a bit different. This time of the year, the weather is incredible. It's beautiful. We've got fantastic stadiums. There's 2 real big factors that make it different from us. The fact that we've got 9 overseas players per team. That really increases the level of competition and the quality of athletes that are playing in the league. And I've got to say, my impressions of the quality of players and the competitiveness of the players has been outstanding. I've got to admit that I thought that it might be a step down from international cricket before I arrived here, but I'm really impressed with the competitiveness of the players, and they're really treating it like almost the level of international cricket. So that's been a really pleasing aspect. In addition, the fact that the players are basically domiciled in one area, one hotel, and don't have to travel by plane to matches makes it a very attractive proposition for them. They can bring their families. It's a beautiful part of the world, great hotels, great conditions. So I know that they really enjoy coming here and playing for that reason.
And so you mentioned about the competitiveness, when you have this franchisee model in any T20 league, do you think that adds accountability for the players also and people who are associated with these teams?
Yes, I think it does. I think what's happening now is that there are multiple owners of league teams around the world, and I know that there is competitiveness brewing, like Emirates, for example. They've got an IPL team. They've got us in a team in another league as well. So I think that competitiveness and tribalism is starting to develop.
Ambati Raidu, we know one of the Indians is also featuring in this league. You would any plans to get a few more Indians maybe in next few years, or just to get an idea as to how this can happen?
I think that every league around the world would like more representation of Indian players, but we know that's not a reality at the moment. The BCCI have got a policy that, they support the IPL, and I understand that. That's fine. But what I would like to say is that the Pakistani international players have really added depth to the competition. And you mentioned Shaheen Afridi, a huge draw card, and to see him win the game on Tuesday night with 3 off the last ball off Trent Boult, and the emotion, the raw emotion that he showed when he won the game was, was tremendous and tremendous for the league. So the Pakistani players have really added depth, and I'd like to think they're going to be a big part of the league moving forward.
And, Abu Dhabi Knight Riders, one of the co-owners is a Bollywood celebrity in Shah Rukh Khan. I'm sure you must have met him. He also must have shared a few things about the league because he's been running one of the teams in the IPL for quite a long time. In fact, ever since it started. Your experiences or anything that he had to say, because he's also a crowd puller, not just in India, in Middle East as well.
Oh, absolutely. We met him the other day. He came along to one of the matches, and an incredibly charismatic person, massive following, and his presence certainly adds value and depth to the league as well.
Yeah, and Mr. White, you for the longest time you were the chief executive with the NZC, the New Zealand cricket. With these kind of leagues, because everywhere, every country has its own league. Every cricket playing nation, almost every cricket playing nation has its own league. Do you think there has to be a cap that ICC needs to put? Because ILT20, of course, it has got an approval from the ICC, the first. In the Middle East, do you think the ICC needs to put a cap as to how these leagues are being run, because it also affects the health of some of the national teams as well? As I said earlier, you come from New Zealand, you were the chief executive over there. Trent Boult was one of the first few guys who decided to pull out of a national annual contract.
Yes, he did. He went with the support of New Zealand cricket. He's been a tremendous ambassador to New Zealand cricket. I'd like to say that New Zealand cricket has been pragmatic in their approach. Whilst he did not take up a central contract, he's still playing for New Zealand in global events, so that's positive. I think that if you look at the leagues around the world, they are all simply leagues of full member countries. So there's nothing, they haven't really mushroomed up apart from 2 associate countries in the UAE and the USA. So I think that the leagues can definitely coexist with bilateral cricket. I think there's a situation at the moment where everyone's still trying to find their feet of how it all fits together, but I think that they will coexist, and I think the beneficiary of the leagues, of course, are the players. So the players now are getting a great opportunity to ply their trade around the world for 12 months of the year, and now they don't solely have to play international cricket to earn a good living. So they can make a very good living, playing T20 cricket around the world. So I think it's fantastic for the players, for the athletes. And I think that global cricket, they will find an equilibrium over a period of time.
And how's the response for the Pakistanis? They are quite popular in that part of the world. Ever since, in fact, some of them were already there playing in the ILT20, and more reinforcements have come. How's been the response in the Middle East, in the UAE for these Pakistani players?
Absolutely. I think if you talk to Z Entertainment, they'll tell you that the broadcast numbers in India are very strong. They're delighted with where we're at the moment. And within the MENA region, we've got the matches broadcast on Dubai TV, Abu Dhabi TV, ICC cricket, and also YouTube, and we're getting huge numbers following that as well. So the response has been massive. The crowds are great, and everything is going very well to date. And we're really building for the final on the 17th of February.
And we all know that there are some known and more popular stars or cricketers playing in this league, but some of the youngsters and not very popular names have impressed a lot. Alishan Sharafu, then you have Mohammad Wasim, Michael Pepper, all these players. In fact, it's a good platform for the youngsters as well.
Oh, fantastic! I think it's a great opportunity for these young people to, to ply their trade, to make a living, to play on a very high standard of cricket. And, if they perform well, they can be recognised by their national selectors and also, IPL teams. So I think it's a really exciting opportunity for young cricketers to make their claim and stake their claim for higher honours.
Mr. Fight, thank you very much for your time, and wish you all the best as you head into the last lap of the season.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your support.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
मैच से जुड़े आपके हर सवाल का हम देंगे जवाब। जानने के लिए हर अपडेट, लाइव एनालिसिस, स्पेशल इंटरव्यूज, डाउनलोड कीजिए स्पोर्ट्स तक ऐप।